Hey again everybody! July 2021 has come to a close, and as always we've been pushing forward, making good progress on our story-driven RPG. I hope you're all doing well and are ready to see what we've been up to this month. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone as always that Exodus Rising is still very much a work in progress. Everything that we showcase in these devlogs is not final and is subject to change leading up to release. Since we showed off the lower city at the beginning of the month, we've made a lot of progress adding in art to this area. As was also the case with the Colosseum, it's been really cool seeing this area develop over the course of June and July. We won't be showing you all of the art that has been added to this dungeon, because as we mentioned in our last devlog, we want you to have fun exploring these locations for yourselves. Our goal moving forward is to show you all a small glimpse of some of our upcoming levels. Without spoiling you, we want to give you an idea as to the overall look and feel that you can expect with these unique locations that you'll be visiting. Before moving on, I want to mention that this month we updated our landscape material to allow for the use of tessellation. This allows us to make the ground that you walk on look more 3D and realistic. I wanted to mention this because not only is it just a cool feature by itself, but it also ties into the next part of this devlog. A big thing that we've introduced into the world of Leyda this month is a dynamic weather system, which gives us control over everything from thunderstorms to blizzards. We're excited that we can now expand on our goal of having each location in the world be a unique experience, by also having the atmosphere of each area differ dependent on the weather conditions. As the weather conditions shift dynamically, it means that each of you are going to have different experiences when travelling to new areas. For example, one of you may enter the lower city at the crack of dawn with not a cloud in the sky. Others will arrive at night surrounded by fog or in the middle of a torrential downpour. Whilst the weather conditions will differ from player to player throughout the majority of the city, we also have the ability to set each location to use a certain weather type if we want to. We're really excited to put this to use for different areas where we want to push a specific atmosphere. A haunted manor trapped in the middle of a thunderstorm, for example. The implementation of this dynamic weather system has proved to be a fantastic addition to the world, but for it to work well within the world, it was most certainly not as simple as just adding it in. I'd like to cover some of the small details regarding this system that have kept us busy throughout July, which we've been working on to really bring the world to life and immerse you in this high fantasy setting. Each material in the world now has a few different variants, which allow us to make buildings, rocks, trees, etc. look wet whilst it's raining. This also applies to the various creatures and beasts you'll encounter throughout the world, as well as the armour of NPCs, and of course your own armour too. We've been adding in additional VFX for when it's raining, so that rain pours off of roofs, tents and other surfaces. The rain will also slide down glass windows and create ripples when it hits the water throughout the world. Something that is most noticeable during heavy rain and thunder, but applies no matter the weather, is how the sounds of the outside world are muffled when you enter an interior. I want to go back to the landscape tessellation that I mentioned previously, as the new weather system benefits greatly from it. During heavy rainfall, puddles will form throughout the world, and the tessellation allows them to form at varying heights. It also allows for snow to collect in the gaps of the bricks in the street. Additionally, by placing interactors on the individual feet and torso of the player, we're able to use the tessellation to allow you to form a path in the snow as you wander around. This also applies to the various NPCs and enemies that you'll encounter on your adventure. Over time, as the world continues to be coated in white, the paths that were created are slowly filled in with a new layer of snow. With that being said, those are the main things that I wanted to cover regarding our new weather system. As I mentioned before, working this new system into the game has taken a lot of time this month, as we want to make sure that we get it right and create an exciting and immersive world for you all to explore. Moving on then, let's talk about some of the other changes we've made throughout July. As the lower city set dressing continues, various new levels are being designed alongside it. Once again, we'll be keeping info about these levels to a bare minimum, but we'll still be sure to keep you up to date on how we're progressing with them each month. You now leave ripples in the water as you step through puddles, which also has new sound effects. Additionally, after stepping in water, you'll now leave wet footprints, which slowly dry up the more you walk around as your boots begin to dry. Klauribax lock-on reticle was bugged previously, as it was visible on them when they burrowed underground. This has since been fixed, meaning you'll now have no idea where they're going to pop up and will need to stay vigilant to avoid being caught off guard. Lanterns throughout the world now turn on as the sun begins to set over Vahrin. They'll also turn on during heavy rain and snowfall to illuminate the path. Pressing the attack button whilst your weapon is sheathed will now perform a quick attack. You can also go straight into a block with a sheathed weapon. Before, you had to press a separate button to bring out your weapon first, before being able to attack or block. Previously, you rolled in the direction your character was facing, meaning you had to turn and face the direction you wanted to dodge. With a recent change, the dodge now forces you in the direction you're pressing instead. It's hard to show you the change with this because it's very much an improvement with how the game controls, but this tiny adjustment makes dodging instantaneous and much more responsive. With the still recent engine update, we're now able to take advantage of Unreal Engine's Volumetric Clouds. And finally, we've adjusted the camera for when you enter the interiors of buildings and other tight spaces. Before, the camera would stay at the same position regardless of where you were, making it hard to navigate indoor areas due to the camera clipping through the walls. The camera now zooms in and moves slightly to the side of the player, which makes indoor areas much easier to traverse. With that being said, that's everything I've got to share for July's devlog. Of course, as always, not 100% of everything we worked on this month made it into this video, but we were sure to cover the large majority. I hope you all enjoyed this video and are looking forward to future ones. We hit a new record last month with our 7th devlog surpassing 4,000 views and getting over 300 likes. We've also surpassed 1,200 subscribers, which is just absolutely mental to think about. I also absolutely have to mention that we hit a massive milestone of 10,000 wishlists on Steam this month. 10,000 wishlists. Anyway, I'll refrain from rambling on as I usually do, but as always I want to say a massive thank you to all of you from myself and everyone here at Titan Rock. It seems a little cheesy to say, but it's absolutely true that we would not be here if it wasn't for all of the support that you've shown us. So yeah, thank you all from the bottom of our hearts, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care everyone.